And our first act tonight, from the great state of Collins, Wisconsin, Justin Kenneke!
Thank you. How's everybody doing tonight? Good? I love coming out here with the entrance music. It makes me actually believe that my childhood dreams of being a professional wrestler are finally coming true. No, you guys are going to have a great time tonight. You're going to have a lot of fun. I'm having fun. There's nothing better to do on a Friday night than public speaking. So that's... Public speaking never is the easiest thing in the world to do. So I always do the old picture of the audience naked trick. And I like what I see. Newman, you can go out now. I am a stand-up comedian. It surprised my parents when I told them I wanted to be a stand-up comedian, because they actually thought if I would be anything that I would be a magician. Because when I was a little kid, I was always doing magic tricks around the house. I still remember the first ever trick I ever did when I was just a little squirt. I escaped from a condom. First try, nailed it. When I talk like that, a lot of times people ask me, and they go, "Ooh, are you an accident? Are you an oops baby?" I am pleased to say that I'm neither. I'm what you call a back of a Trans Am on prom night baby. I told that to my dad once, and he said, "Actually, Justin, it was a Buick Skylark." Too much information there. He then told me when I was born, it was a C-section. I was born in Section C at a Def Leppard concert. My dad's a cool guy. He's a funny guy. He likes to gamble. He's always gambling. He always wants to make something interesting, or, he was buying a lot of lottery tickets always. He doesn't have a problem, though, because he always wins. Are we good? Okay. He doesn't have a gambling problem, though, because he always wins. He literally is the luckiest man I know. A trait he did not pass on to me. He got his double chin, but not his luck. I swear I have never won when I went gambling. I've never won. As a matter of fact, nowadays, every time I go to a casino, I just write out a check for $200 and hand it straight to the Indian chief. I figure I could give it to him all at once, or sit at a blackjack table all night long, and quite frankly, I just don't have the time. In all honesty, though, my dad's the kind of guy, he puts $1 in a slot machine and wins 500. Why I'm the guy in the corner, drunk, can't even get the ATM machine to pay out. Now, you'll hear a lot when you go to a casino, the house always wins. Well, no kidding, the house is always winning. I'm paying their mortgage. I'm paying their mortgage there, so they're always winning. One sec. Is it everything all right? Is it kind of... Okay, all right. All right, just making sure. Okay, so where was I? I was always paying the mortgage at the casino. I do have a real job. I hate to tell you, but being a comedian doesn't always pay the bills. And since half my money goes to the Oneida Nation, I needed to get a real job. And if there's one thing I learned about being in the workforce, it's that you have to take advantage of your bathroom breaks. It's like a 15-minute paid break. And there's not a boss in the world that's going to tell you you can't go to the bathroom. I mean, even if you worked for Hitler, and they said, hey, Hitler, can we hold off 15 minutes before we take over Europe? I gotta take a shit. What I'm saying is if you come to where I work and you don't see me in my cubicle, you're gonna find me in my office where work gets done. You're probably wondering if I use the handicap stall. You're damn right I use the handicap stall. They have the nice handrails on the side. You can sit back, prop your feet up. See, when they call it a restroom, I take that literally. If I had a TV and a refrigerator in there, I really would have no reason to ever leave. With the bathroom in there, I was actually at my friend's house the other day using his bathroom, and I was actually kind of surprised he had the Bible in there. And as you all know, the Bible's a rather long book, but I'll shoot you straight. I was going to be in there for a while, so I picked it up. And as I read through it, there's one person in the Bible that I legitimately feel bad for. That would be Joseph, the stepdad of Jesus. Now, I can only imagine that it's hard enough to be a stepdad in general, much less the stepdad to the Son of God. Can you imagine that? Jesus walks in one day. Hey, Joe, what you doing? Well, I'm building a table for your mother. Oh, is that the same table you were building 2 weeks ago? Well, yeah, it is, but I'm putting a lot of character into it. I want it to be just right. I want it to be perfect. Oh, my other dad created the heavens and earth in 7 days. But your table looks real nice, Joe. It's real nice. If I could hang out with anybody from history, I think it actually would be Jesus. I would like to hang out with him, First miracle, turning water into wine. Can you imagine being at that party? I'd immediately run over to him. Did I hear that you turned water into wine? Yes, I did. Not only that, it's the best wine you'll ever drink. Well, I have some water here. How about some Busch Light? Can you imagine if Jesus walked in here nowadays, stopped at the bar? Hey, Jesus, what are you having? I'll have a water. Oh, okay. As a matter of fact, get everybody in here a water. On me. And keep them coming. End of the night, bartender's looking in the cash register. I don't get it. I don't understand. We didn't make $1. Not one. And every single person left here completely shit-faced. I do like history. History is one of my favorite topics, actually. I watch the History Channel quite often. I was watching an episode the other day where they found these ancient scrolls from years ago, and they believe they belong to Adam and Eve. They think they belong to Adam because one day he writes of how happy he is, how glorious of a place this is. Everything is so beautiful, everything is perfect, but I'm a little lonely. The next day he writes, I can't believe it. I woke up this morning next to this beautiful woman. I couldn't be happier. My ribs hurt a little bit, but besides that, it's perfect. The third day he wrote, maybe being alone wasn't so bad. There's a lot of similarities between a modern-day relationship and that of Adam and Eve. Adam, for example, he had the Garden of Eden. Nowadays, a man has what you call a bachelor pad, right? But see, when a woman gets involved, that all goes away. Then later on down the road, you're going to have a couple kids. All you're going to want to do is sit back and relax, and then you'll have to go out and break up little Cain and Abel fighting in the front yard before someone gets hurt. Or dead. Nowadays, that's on you. Nowadays, that's on you. I am currently single right now, believe it or not. I got out of a relationship not too long ago. And she was a nice girl. She's a very nice girl. Still going to talk about her. She was nice. She was very attractive. She was a very attractive person. I would get lost sometimes looking at her, and I'd think to myself, wow, how did I get so lucky? Or how low is her self-esteem? She's with me. She was very attractive, though she wasn't the smartest person in the world. She really wasn't. She wasn't that bright at all, actually. For example, she liked to walk. She liked to go outside and walk. And she realized that walking 4 miles was the right distance for her. So she would go out and walk 4 miles, but then get pissed off because she had to walk another 4 miles to get home. So $2,000 later, she has a treadmill in her living room. And I told her, I said, why don't you just go outside and walk 2 miles and come back? Or go outside and walk 4 miles and just stay there. Another time, I can be romantic, and I got a room at a 5-star hotel. A 5-star hotel. I was saving for months. And I told her, I said, baby, keep your weekend open, because we're going to a 5-star hotel. She looked at me and she said, Justin, I don't want to sound like a snob, but the last vacation I went on, we stayed at a Super 8 and a Motel 6. And a 6 is as low as I'll go. There was a silver lining, though. There was a silver lining because I got my money back from the 5-star hotel, and I took her up to Green Bay for the weekend, and we stayed at the Hampton Inn off of 41, and the whole weekend she thought we were in the Hamptons. So, worked out pretty good. We aren't together now, though. She actually broke up with me, if you can believe that. She broke up with me because I ordered pancakes at Perkins for supper. Or maybe it was because it was our anniversary and we went to Perkins. Either way, I got the boot. I did learn a lot in that relationship, though. I learned a lot from women just being around them my whole life. And maybe, guys, you can probably relate with me on this. But women... they lie. They constantly lie all the time. Here's a couple examples of how women are constantly lying to us. First example, one time I heard a woman say, don't worry, size doesn't matter. Now, they didn't say it to me, I just overheard it. But anyway, when I heard this, size doesn't matter, I remembered one time, and this did only happen to me once, but out of the corner of my eye, I saw a man's, at first I thought it was his forearm. I didn't know if I should look away or feed it a peanut. But you can't tell me that doesn't excite you when even I was blushing. Another lie women say is money doesn't matter. Money doesn't matter. But you always hear women say stuff like, this is my boyfriend. He's a doctor. Or this is my boyfriend. He's a lawyer. Couldn't be happier. You never, ever, ever hear a woman say, this is my boyfriend. He's the guy that pushes the button that makes the arm go up at a parking garage. Never hear that. The third lie women say, almost on an hourly basis, I want a man with a sense of humor. I want a man that can make me laugh. I am a stand-up goddamn comedian. The only reason I got into this business was to pick up chicks. Times are tough. Times are tough. I got into this business to pick up women and make money, and I have neither. I definitely, if you want to make money, don't do stand-up comedy. Tonight, for example, you know what I'm getting to do this right now? Do you know why Newman, that son of a bitch, is paying me to do this right now? To tell you my most intimate and dark secrets that only me, God, and my therapist know about? A six-pack. A six-pack and a coupon to Perkins. You know what the sad thing is? I didn't even counteroffer. I heard free beer and pancakes and said, sign me up. When and where. So I hope you guys have a fun time tonight, I really do. And I think we're going to have a fun time. We have a great show in store for you, a hypnotist and another comedian. It's going to be great. Drink up, of course, as Newman said, drink the tap beer. And have fun, let your hair down. But be safe. Be safe. I'm going to lead you on this. Be safe. Make sure you have a DD. Make sure you have a DD. Here's a story. I actually was a DD just the other night. I drew the short straw, and at first I thought, I don't want to be the DD, but I was going to make it fun for myself. So, and it was. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was driving home, perfectly sober, and I'm like, I'm going to swerve over the road. Why not? I'm sober. So I started swerving over the road. Lo and behold, in my rearview mirror, the cherries and berries. Oh, shoot. This is terrible. It's all over for me now, but then I remembered, I'm sober. I have absolutely nothing to be worried about, at all. So I'm going to have a little fun with this guy. Well, here comes Mr. Officer walking up to the car like a typical hard ass. Knocks on the windshield. You been drinking tonight, sir? I said, officer, I didn't have a drop. Nothing. 0 drinks. Get out of the car, he said. Okay, all right. Say the alphabet backwards. Officer, geez, I have a hard time saying that frontwards. But okay, I will give it a shot. Let me see. Z, Y, X, W, V, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, M, L, K, J, I, H, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. R? Good enough, he said. Okay, all right. I want you to walk a straight line. Okay, I can do that, no problem. Why are you walking like that? Well, officer, I assumed you wanted me to do everything backwards. You're very confusing. All right, he said, take a breathalyzer test. Officer, I was never too good at taking tests. Take the test. All right, okay. 0s across the board, he said. Whew. Officer, I didn't tell you right away, but I accidentally swallowed some Listerine. I thought that might show up, but good. All right, what's the deal? Obviously, you weren't drinking tonight. I said, officer, I was the DD. Of course I wasn't drinking. I was DD. I said, there's no one in your car. How are you the DD? I said, officer, you don't need anyone in your car to be the designated decoy. And that's when I went to jail and fed a man's pecker a peanut. Thank you very much, everybody.